Most experts try to teach everything they know, and that is why their courses fail. I'm Dr. Catrina Mitchum, and I have been designing and redesigning courses online since 2009. Okay, so in my last video, I shared about the video production course that was an absolute flop. And so the thing that I was missing was this idea that there's an overlap, right? There's an overlap between the thing that I'm an expert in and what I want to actually teach, the thing I'm teaching, and the learner. And those things like form a nice little Venn diagram that have to come together in the middle in order to create a really good learning experience. So that first piece is this balance between all of the shit that you know and the thing that you actually want to teach, right? So if I were to go back and do this all over again, I would start with doing a brain dump of all the things that I know, all the things that I can do, and then narrow it down to the things that I like to do, right? So this is kind of what I did when I thought I was leaving higher ed for a job. Is I listed all the things that I was good at, all the things that I knew how to do, things that I knew how to do well. And I rated them on a scale of 1 to 10, like how good am I at this thing? And that wasn't helpful because I was good at a lot of things. And then I decided to create a column that was on a scale of 1 to 10. How much do I like it? And I discovered there's a lot of things that I'm good at that I don't actually like to do. I just got good at them because it was part of the job that I was doing, right? And so if I had known a little bit more about business, I would have taken that same process and shifted it into what to create my course about. So go through and ask yourself, what skills do I have? What do I love to do? What do I find myself, if you're already working with clients, what do I find myself repeating, right? These are the prime places for you having enough expertise in something to build a course out of it. And I got that far in that failed course, right? Like I can teach how to do video. I had done it before. I'd been doing it for years. Not expert production, but good enough. The step that I didn't take was the next two. So the next step that you would take is looking at all of those skills, all of those things that you know how to do, all of the things that people come to you for, right? And actually deciding whether or not it's something you want to teach about. Do you get excited about it? Can you not stop yourself from talking about it? Those are the things that potentially make for a good course. So after narrowing it down to at least 2 to 3 potential topics, something that I would have done was take those topics and write a description. And the purpose of that description is to start thinking about validating, right? And so this is the other step that I skipped. I took the input of just one person and thought, I could do this, and then just went and tried to do it instead of asking if the thing was something that others would want, right? And so looking back, taking those topics, writing just a 1 to 2 sentence description so that I could keep in my head what the course would be about, like aside from just a topic, because it's really easy to fall into this trap of trying to teach everything that you know, right? Without really focusing on the things that you love to talk about or love to teach someone else how to do and what they want. This is where we start to find that balance where you can have a course that is a successful, sustainable part of your business. Okay, and then so to get from the description to actually doing the market research is just a matter of taking those descriptions and making them into questions, right? And so something that I think is often missed is a set of really targeted market research questions, right? Asking the right questions is really important. You don't need to know what kind of car they drive or how old they are, or you don't need to know if they're a cat or dog person. While context is helpful, the things that you need to know about them is in relation to who they are as a learner and what their interest is in the course that you're trying to design. So asking questions like, what do you think of when you hear of a course called, and then insert the potential topic? Do you have time to take an 8-week course on? How many hours a week do you have? Are you struggling with, and then put the thing, right, that you feel like they're struggling with that would have come up in your description. Would you like to solve that problem by, and then insert what your solution is that you can again pull from that description. What would you look for in a course about XYZ? What do you hope to walk away with in a course on XYZ? And in some of these, you can give them some options, right? These can become things like polls, or you can put out a market research survey. Sometimes the closed questions, so these are questions where you're giving them the options, right? Typically with other as 1, 2, those are easier to answer. So you are more likely to get a response if you're primarily using those. However, you really get the good stuff and an idea of the words they're using to describe the thing that they think they need help with if you have some open-ended questions. So polls are a really good place for those kind of closed pieces, and then having them add other, right? That can give you some of the words, but also asking kind of a larger open-ended question will give you more information, more of their words that you can start using when you down the road when you get to the marketing part, but also in helping you craft what the actual offer is going to be. And then you'll take the responses and you'll see where the excitement was, what people were interested in. Not at this point, but further down the road, you would do more validation research. If you want help with kind of walking through the steps that I just talked you through, I have a more detailed free course maker jumpstart that is linked in the description. Just remember to learn from my mistakes. That video course was a failure because I didn't focus on teaching something that I really, really love to teach about, like courses. I also didn't take the time to ask really good questions of the potential people who would buy the course, right? And so doing what you love and making sure other people are going to love it too, those are at the crux. Those are the foundational pieces of creating a course that is going to function in your business the way that you want it to. In next week's video, I'm going to talk about the 5 mistakes that course creators make that kill a course before they can even open the doors to it. If it's not there, it'll be there next week.